Hey guys, so hopefully by now everybody has had time to look through that website that I showed you yesterday that just gave the general idea, introduction of what it is we're going to be doing with bin packing and what it involves. And today I want to show you how we can actually go through the algorithms to do it. So bin packing is exactly like what it sounds. It could be thought of as having bins or crates and physically trying to fill them up in the most efficient way. But it doesn't have to even be used just for something so simple as that. A couple of other ideas. It doesn't have to be physically packing boxes. Another idea I had with this was like a record album, for example. Current favorite record, by the way, highly recommend if you haven't listened to it. But with a record, right, you have a certain amount of space and time uh, that will fit onto the vinyl pressing. And so you want to fit the songs on it in the most efficient way possible without losing a lot of the data that's on them so you can hear them and it sounds good. But you don't want a lot of blank space on the record too. So you're not really physically packing anything, but you're fitting information onto something like this. And that could even be just a general, like if you have a hard drive that you're trying to store a lot of data on, and you have files of different sizes, and you want to pack the hard drives as full as possible. What is the way that you can pack them up in so that you don't have a lot of wasted space? So it could be a physical meaning like packing bins. It could be fitting songs onto a record. It could be fitting files into a hard drive. So today, I've shared this document with you, which takes you through 3 different heuristic algorithms for how to do this. Remember, a heuristic algorithm, the opposite is a brute force. A heuristic algorithm is what's the best possible way to do it in the least amount of time, basically. And there are 3 that we're going to look at today. Next fit is 1, first fit is 2, worst fit is 3. And what we're going to be doing here with this example, I've defined them all for you here. And then we're going to be doing, we're saying boxes of this size into bins with capacity 8. So these are just random numbers that we're trying to fit into each one of these cells that can hold a total of 8. Now, again, that could be song lengths on a record. That could be file sizes on a hard drive, or it could be like volumes of boxes in a bin that holds that much volume. So what we're doing is trying to put 1, 2, so 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 3. So how many boxes is that? 9 into, we have 7 bins to fill if we need them, all that can hold a volume of size 8. And there's 3 different ways of doing them. The first one, next fit, is so easy. I'm not even going to really draw it out here because all it says is once one bin is full, move to the next one. So if you look at my pointer here right now, so each one of these can hold 8. Obviously, 4 fits into the first bin. But if I try to squeeze the next one in with the 4, the 5 in with the 4, that's 9 total, which doesn't fit into a box size of 8. So the 5 can't fit in here. It has to go into the next one. I'm going to shut bin 4 with this one and never go back. You just keep filling it till it gets to 8 or fewer and go to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Very easy. The other ones are a little bit different, and that's why I want to go through describing how to do them in more detail. So the first fit here, we still have a bin capacity of size 8, which, hold on, I gotta find my piece of chalk. So this bin can hold up to 8, right? These are, let me make this bigger. So these are the same numbers from your sheet up here. So those are 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 3. And with next fit, I would just keep opening new ones and never looking back. With first fit and then worst fit down here, I'm going to be looking back, but in 2 different ways. So with first fit, what I want to do is I want to number the bins that the boxes are going into. So I'm going to do box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I want to just go through and fill them, but I'm going to go back this time to refill boxes that weren't quite full. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the first numbered box that they will fit into. So with first fit, it's important that you number the boxes. So let's go through this one together. So box 4 is obviously going to fit into the first box there. But just like the next, so we got 4. Next, we're going to fit 5. You can't put 5 in here because 4 plus 5 is 9, and it only fits 8. So the 5 has to go in here. Notice how I made the line a little bit higher too to try to show that it's about 5/8 of the way full. Okay? And now the 1 is going to go into the first numbered box that's already open that it'll fit in. So it fits, box 1 has room for 1. So this 1 is going to go into box 1 right there. Okay? And now the 3 is next. So look, I have a total of 5 here and I have a total of 5 here. 3 is going to fit into either one of those. So put it into the first numbered box. And that fills it. 4 plus 1 plus 3 is 8. Okay? Next number on my list is 4. It does not fit in here. This one's already full. So 4 has to go into there. 2 is going to go into whichever one is the first numbered box that it will fit in. It'll fit in this box or this bin, right? Bin or this bin. But the 2 is a smaller number. So this 2 is going to go right in there because that's where it would fit. And then next is 3. We're not going to fit in there. There's only room for 1 more in there. So 3 is going to go right into there. 6 isn't going to fit into either one of those two, so it's going to have to go into there. And lastly, 3 doesn't fit there. There's only room for 1. There's room for 1. There's room for 2. So that's our bin packing of those boxes into those bins with the first fit algorithm. Okay? You're always looking at the bin number. With worst fit, not going to number the bins. I'm only going to pay attention to how much room is left in each one of the bins. And then I'm going to put it in the one that has the most room. I don't care how they're numbered really for this one. So let's go through the algorithm again with the same numbers, but this time we're doing it with worst fit, which means that you put it into whichever one has the most room. The first two, 4 and 5, we don't have a choice. Same two ideas there, right? 1 is going to now go into the bin that has the most room. Well, the bin that has the most room is the first one because there's room for 4 here and there's room for 3 here. So 1 goes into the bin that with worst fit algorithm, 1 goes into the bin with the most room. So it's going to go right there. 3. Well, it just so happens they both have 3 available because, again, the capacity is a total of 8. So they both have room for box size 3 available. So we're going to put it into the first bin in that case. So far it looks pretty similar, right? But we're thinking about it differently. Here we're thinking about the bin number, and here we're thinking about how much room is available, right? Next number is 4, which doesn't fit here at all because that would be 9 and the capacity is 8. 2 goes into whichever one has the most room available. This one has room for a box of 3. This one has room for a box of 4. So this 2 is going to go into the one that has the most room available, which is box 4 there. So see, that's a little bit different. That's the difference between the first and the worst. 3 is going to then fit only in there. It has the most room available. And then look, we're stuck with the same ending here. 6 can't fit there. 3 can't fit there. So there's only a very slight difference between those two. Okay? So I would like for you then to try next fit, first fit, and worst fit with the example that I'm going to be posting on Google Classroom, and we'll go over that tomorrow. I think we should do a Google Meet at some point this week to ask one-on-one questions and just to say hello. So more on that being scheduled a little bit later. So watch this again if you just to maybe get the idea of the difference between these two, and then try the example that I'm going to put in there. Okay? Thanks.